when you want any action to be performed automatically when a condition is met. Let us see. Now I am trying to log into my Salesforce account. It is immediately sending a OTP to your mobile number and asking you to enter the OTP. Now how it is sending? Because it is an automation. Now whenever I make a use of my credit card, automatically you receive an email saying that boss, so and so transaction happened on your credit card and this is the bill for invoice for the card. So what was this? Now what is happening? Whenever you want some action to be automated, then we go for workflow rules. So what is a workflow rule? Workflow rule is a automated action which is performed when a condition is met or a criteria is met. Workflow rule is an automated process which is performed when a condition or a criteria is met. The first point we need to understand. Your workflow rules are defined on what? Workflow rules are defined on object. On an object, we have workflow rules. On this object, when the evaluation criteria is met, on this object, when the evaluation criteria is met, on an object, when evaluation criteria is met, we will check the rule. Check the rule. If the rule is met, then we are going to perform action. Now, look at the structure carefully. So what was that? On an object, when an evaluation criteria is met, on an object, when an evaluation criteria is met, we want to check the rule. When the rule is met, we will perform action. Actions are again two types. One is immediate action, other one is time dependent. Immediate action, other one is time dependent. Now, on an object, when an evaluation criteria is met, check the rule. When the rule is met, then perform the action. So, what type of action? Immediate action or time dependent action. Look at the point. On an object, when evaluation criteria is met, check the rule. When the rule is met, perform the action. Now, the point here is, what is this evaluation criteria? I told when the evaluation criteria is true, check the rule. But the question here is, what is an evaluation criteria and how it is going to be different? To understand this, let us look at these workflow actions once again. Set up, administer, build. Under the build we have create. Under the create we have workflows and approvals, and we have workflows. Once again, repeat the process. Set up, scroll down, administer, we have build here, create, workflows and approvals, workflows. Then here we have rule. On which object you are creating a workflow rule? Account object. On account object, I want to create a workflow rule. So what is the second point here? Evaluation criteria. What are the three criteria we have? Look at this. There are three evaluation criteria what we have. This is what we created. So out of these three, any one you are supposed to choose. What are the three criteria we have? Created, created and every time it is edited, created anytime it is edited to subsequently meet the criteria. Created, created and every time it is edited, created and anytime it is edited to subsequently meet the criteria. Now let us say I selected this option. If you select this option, look at the point. I created a record, Satish 50,000. What happened? I created this record. When you create a new record, what will happen? Check condition. Then again, Satish 50,000 is modified to 80,000. Then what did I do? Satish 50,000 is modified to 80,000. Should I check the condition? Don't check. Why? This option is enabled means only when a new record is created, only when a new record is created, it is supposed to check. Only when a new record is created, it is supposed to check. Are you getting my point? Whenever a new record is created, whenever a new record is created, whenever a new record is created, it is going to check the condition. Whenever a new record is created, it is going to check the condition. If you modify the record, it will not check the condition. If you modify the record, it will not check the condition. I hope you are good with this, right? So what is the second option we have? Created and every time it is edited. Created and every time it is edited. So let us see. Satish. So what is the rule I gave? Rule says Satish 50,000. Record is created. A record is created called Satish 50,000. When you create a record, check the. Then again, Satish 50,000 is modified as Satish 80,000. When you modify, again Satish 80,000 is modified. Satish again. So what does it mean? Whenever a new record is created, or every time the existing record is modified, whenever a new record is created and whenever the existing record is modified, check the rule. So every time you modify, it will check the rule. If I choose the second option, whenever a new record is created or every time the existing record is modified, I will check the rule. So I am least bothered whether rule is true or false. What I am saying is whether I can check the rule or not. When I check the rule may be true, rule may be false. We are least bothered about whether rule is true or a false. What we are worried is the rule is verified or not. Are you getting my point? So this evaluation criteria says when the rule should be checked. When the rule is true, what to do? When the rule is false, what to do? That will be decided later. But here the point is, can I check the rule or not? Are you checking the rule or not is the question. So if I choose the second option, what is the criteria we have? Whenever a condition is met, it is going to check the rule. What is the condition? Created and every time it is edited. So whenever a new record is created and every time you modify the record, it is going to check the rule. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Third one. If I choose the third one, Satish. Created. When I say Satish 50,000 created, check the rule. New record is created, check the rule. Then Satish 50,000. Is Satish 50,000 is already meeting the condition? What is the condition? Amount greater than 4,000. Satish 50,000 is already meeting the condition. That record which is already meeting the condition, that record I modified as so Satish 50,000 is modified as Satish. Don't check. The record which is already meeting the condition, if you modify that record, don't check. Satish 50,000 is already meeting the condition. Satish 50,000 is already meeting the condition. If the record is already meeting the condition, if you try to modify, don't check the rule. Satish 50,000 is modified to Satish 90,000. Okay. Again, Satish 90,000. Satish 90,000, is it already meeting the condition? Yes. What is the condition? Amount greater than 4,000. What is your amount? 90,000. Satish 90,000 is modified into Satish 3,000. What should I do? Don't check. Because record which you are trying to modify, that record is already meeting the condition. Record which we are trying to modify, the record which you are trying to modify, already this record is meeting the condition. So record which is already meeting the condition, that record you are trying to modify. So don't check the condition again. People have followed. Okay. Third one. Satish 3,000 is more. Satish 3,000, is it already meeting the condition? Which record are you modifying? Satish 3,000. Satish 3,000 is not greater than 4,000. So this record is already not meeting the condition. If you modify this record as Satish 10,000, then that is a third rule. What is the third rule now? Boss, when a new record is created, check the rule. When a new record is created, check the rule. What is the second one? When a new record is created, check the rule. Second one is when any one of the record which is not meeting the criteria, when any one of the record which is not meeting the criteria, when any one of the record which is not meeting the criteria, if that is modified, then check the rule. If the record is already meeting a criteria, if you modify, don't check. If record is not meeting the criteria, if I modify, check it. I hope you got my point. What is the difference between second and third? Second one is what? When a record is created, check. And when record is modified, check. Don't worry, don't check anything. Boss, you modified, check the rule. Modified, check the rule. Modified, check the rule. Third one is, if you modify record which is not meeting the condition, then check the rule. If the record is already meeting the condition, don't check. Boss, if the student is failed, okay, student is failed, check the rule. If student is already passed, don't check. Student is failed, check the rule. Student is not passed, don't check. Are you getting my point? These three are what? Evaluation criteria, which will decide when should I check a rule. Okay. Now, how do you define the rule? How do you define the rule? You are supposed to define the rule. How do you define the rule? Now, there are two ways in which I can define a rule. Simple rule simple rules and advanced rules. In two ways, I can check the rule. What is the rule? Simple rule and advanced rule. What is a simple rule? What is a simple rule? What is the purpose of this simple rule? Boss, if it is a simple condition, form the rule based on the fields. Form the rule based on the fields with the simple operators. Like age is above 30, industry is banking. So we are trying to form the simple rule based on the fields with the simple operators. Now, if you want to create a simple rule, I can use the fields of object on which we are writing a workflow rule. It's a master object. Whose fields I can use? My fields, my master object fields, currently logged in user fields. So when you want to form a simple rule, you are supposed to form simple rule based on the fields in the object and its master object and currently logged in user object fields. So advanced rule means by using formulas. We can write a formulas to create a advanced rule. So rules can be defined in how many ways? Two ways. One is simple rule, other one is advanced rule. Advanced is based on formula. Simple one is based on the fields, its master object and the currently logged in user. I hope you are good with this. On this object, when this evaluation is true, check this rule. When the rule is true, perform the action. What type of action you want? Immediate or time dependent? What do you mean by immediate? Immediate rule means immediate rule. When I say immediate rule, what does it mean? Look at the point. Immediate rule means condition is met, perform the action instantly. Condition is met, perform the action instantly. Time dependent means when the rule is met, perform the action at a given time. Let us say deactivate your trial account after 30 days. Your trial account is deactivated after how many days? 30 days automatically. Now 3 days before the due date, your credit card bill is due. 3 days before the last date of payment, send a SMS. You are okay. Still have 3 days more to pay the due date. Okay. 15 days before the policy expires, send SMS. When a complaint is, are you getting my point? So where is this action performed? At a given time. 10 days before, 15 days after, 1 hour before, 1 hour after. This is what? Time dependent action. You want the action to be performed at a specified time, which is called time dependent action. Are you clear about this? So overall, now tell me what is the procedure? On an object, when a evaluation criteria is met, check the rule. When the rule is met, then perform the action. When the rule is met, perform the action. What type of action? Time dependent or immediate action. I hope you are good. Everyone has followed this? Clear for everyone? Am I clear? Any query at this level? Good. Now, what type of actions I can do? Actions are going to be task, email alert, field update, outbound message. What type of actions we can do? Task, email alert, field update, outbound message. Now what is this task? First we'll start with the task. What is this task? Listen carefully. I want to assign a work to a user. Boss, you do this work within 4 days. Boss, you do this work, okay, 2 days before the expiry date. So we want to assign a work to a particular person, and I want to tell by what time you have to complete this task. So assigning a work to a user and telling by what time you have to complete this task. So what is that called? Task. Assigning a work to some user, which is called task. Am I clear with this? Right. Now listen carefully. Listen carefully, everyone. Task. Task is created on what? Task is created on object. On object I have to create. On an object. On an object, we want to assign task. When you want assigning a task, they'll ask the following questions. What are the questions they'll ask? Name of the task, priority of the task, should it be done immediately or is high priority? By when it should be done? By when it should be done? By when means current status. Current status. Then to whom you are assigned. So on an object, what is the name of the task? What is the priority? By when it should be completed? What is the current status? To whom you want to assign the task. Okay. Now, if you want to create task on object, can I create a task on every object? First question. You are creating a task, very good. But can we create a task on every object? Can we create a task on every object? They say task can be created only on those custom objects on which allow activities option is enabled. If you remember, at the time of creating an object, there are some optional features, right? What are they? Allow reports, allow track field history, allow activities. If I enable allow activities option there, now I can create a task. Task can be created only on those custom objects on which allow activities option is enabled. Then what about standard objects? I am speaking about a custom object. What about a standard object? On every standard object we can create a task, right? So task can be created on every standard object. On custom object, which a custom object? Which the custom object? Task can be created on only those custom objects on which allow activities option is enabled. Only on those objects on which allow activities is enabled. Am I clear? So if I want to create a task, what is the primary point? If I want to create a task, what is the primary point? What is the primary point? What is the primary point? Okay, task can be created on only those custom objects on which allow activities option is enabled. Okay, good. Let us go to the next one. What is the priority? I can specify the priority. Low priority, high priority, that we can specify it. Priorities we can specify. Second, to whom we can assign? Task can be assigned to whom? Task can be assigned to whom? To whom we can assign the task? Task can be assigned to the user. Task. To whom we can assign a task? Task can be assigned to the user, role, or a owner. Task can be assigned to a user, role, or a owner. Okay. Now let us do one by one step. Are you following my points? Clear? Anyone has any query on this? Good with these points? Now look at the point. I have a group of users. I have a group of users. Let us see this. Listen carefully. I told task can be assigned to a owner or task can be assigned to a role or a user. No. This guy has a role of manager. This guy have a role of clerk. And this is a queue. Now first I am saying, first point, listen carefully, boss. For us, modified the record. When Faraz modified the record, which record? Right. What is the rule we have? Amount greater than 5,000. Who modified the record? Faraz. Now I told, when a record is modified, assign the task to, assign a task 1 to assign the task to order. Okay, let us do this. So first, assign the task to Prasad. When assign a task to Prasad, call. Who is the owner of the task? I told boss, this task is given to a Prasad. Who is the responsible person? Prasad is the owner of task is assigned to Prasad. Prasad is the owner of the task. Task is assigned to a role. Manager. How many people are there with the role called manager? Only one person is there. If task is assigned to a role, only one person is there. Who is the owner of the task? Sham is the owner of the task. Task is assigned to a role, clerk. But how many people are there with the role clerk? 4 people are there. Now who will become the owner of the task? If it is one person, we can say he is the owner. Now there are 4 people. Who become the owner? When a task is assigned to a role has more than one user, then whoever is the owner of the record, he is the owner of the task. So who is the owner? Ram is the owner of the task. Task is assigned to a role has more than one user, then owner of the record will become owner of the task. Task is assigned to owner. When task is assigned to owner, who is the owner of the task? Ram is the. Are you getting my point? Now let us say I have a record like this. Wipro, Hyderabad. Who modified this? Who is the owner? HRQ. HRQ is the owner. Now who modified this record? Faraz modified the record. Faraz modified the record, and who is the owner of the record? HRQ. Now I told task is assigned to owner. Who is the owner? HRQ. He is not a single person. Then what will happen? If the owner of the record is a Q, then who modified the record, he becomes the owner of the task. So who is the owner of the task? Faraz is the owner of the task. So basically, let me revise all the points once again. First, it is a standard object. It is a standard object. It is a part of activities. Any work assigned on the record will be stored. Any work assigned on the record will be stored as task. So, when you want to create a task, we should know to whom we are assigning. To whom we are assigning. Okay. What is the due date? And which record we are assigning? What is the status of the task? Task can be assigned on any object which has yellow activities. Task can be assigned on any object which has yellow activities option enabled. This option is by default. Enable on every standard object. On custom objects, it is an option. Right. Then task can be assigned to user, owner. If a task is assigned to user, he will be the owner of the task. If a task is assigned to Your task is assigned to owner. If owner is task is this. If owner is a user, then task is assigned to. If owner is a queue, user who initiated. If owner is a queue, user who initiated the operation will be the owner of the task. So we are saying, boss, task can be assigned to a user or a role or a owner. If owner is a user, then no problem. If owner is a queue, then task should be assigned to the user who initiated the operation. If task is assigned to role, if a task is assigned to role, and only one user then assigned to a role. If there are more than one user, then owner of the record will become owner of the task. Right? This is to decide who will be the owner of the task. So where will you check the task assigned? Tasks which are assigned to the user, are visible on the home page as activities. Look at the point. Go to home page. You go to home page. On the home page you find what are you finding here? My task. On the detail page of the record, you can find the task under open activities. If you open any one of the detail page, under the detail page, what are you finding here? Open activities. On the detail page of the record, under the open activities, you can find it. On the detail page of the record, under open activities, you can find it. On the detail page of the record, we can find open activities. On the detail page of the record, we can find the task assigned. You want to see all the tasks that are assigned on the record, go to the page. If you want to see the tasks which are assigned to you, go to the home page and see my task. Only the task assigned to you, my task. All the tasks assigned to everyone on that record, go to detail page. I hope you got an idea about this concept. Right, Amma? Okay. Now let us see the overall example. How do you create a task? Look at this. Setup, build, create, workflows and approvals. Task. New task. Task is assigned on which object? Let us say account. Assigned to whom? Assigned to user, role, owner. Account team because I enable it. Okay. It is also a user. Schedule call. By when it has to be completed? Within 5 days. Status not started, priority none. So assigned to whom? Due date, priority and status. I have created a task. Now how do you run this? Setup, build, create, workflows and approvals, workflow rules. What we have? Object, choose the object. An account object we are creating. New customer. Whenever a new customer is created, a rule, formula or credit. Whenever a new customer is created with industry as, let us say, banking. Whenever a new record is created, check the rule, industry equal to banking. Then assign the work. What is the work? Immediate work or time dependent. Then I told immediate work. What was the action here? New task. You want to create a new task here, or you can assign existing tasks. Already we have existing task, right? I can create a new task, or I can choose any one of the existing tasks. One of the existing tasks I have chosen, save it. I can create a task first and add it, or else I can create the task directly with the workflow. Then what you have done? Done. Go to the account object. Sapient. So whenever a new record is created with industry equal to banking, then look at this. Open activities. Schedule a call. Assign to. Are you getting my point? Task is assigned on this record. Now you can go to home page. Under my task, what was this? Now I told next. All the tasks which are scheduled in this month. Are you able to see this? So when a rule is met, when a condition is met, when evaluation criteria is met, when a rule is met, then perform the action, which is called workflow. On an object, when a evaluation criteria is met, check the rule. When the rule is met, check the immediate or time dependent and perform the action. Are you getting my point? Are you clear about this? Are you clear about this? Now let us take one more example here. Look at my example. Object. First I'll create a task. Lead. Assign to schedule endpoint, due date and days. So what is the navigation you follow? Setup, build, create, then we have this is what I create. Then what is the workflow rule I am giving? Object, lead, rule name. Then evaluation, created, rule, reading equal to hot and lead source equal to done. When reading is hot and lead source is web, action. What type of action? Task. Assign, assign existing action. This is a requirement. I have a task and I have a workflow. So first I was supposed to create a task, then I create a workflow rule and check the condition. So how I am doing? Setup, build, create, workflows and approvals. Then we had task, new task, and which object? Assign to due date, trigger date plus 10. Start has not started, priority. Task is created. Now I want to create a workflow rule. How do you create a workflow rule? Setup, build, create, workflow rules and approvals, workflow, new. Then we had then corporate leads, evaluation, created, rule criteria. I told lead source, lead source equals to web and rating equal to hot. Then I gave a condition. When you record is created, then lead source equal to web and rating equal to hot. Perform the action. What is the action we give? Choose the. I can create a new task here, but choose existing. It's your choice. Because already I have created a task already, I'm adding the existing task. Then you are supposed to click on done. Then how do you test it? Go to the lead, new lead, reading equal to hot. Lead source equal to web, reading equal to hot. Let's see. Email cannot be blank. Okay, we see. Save it. When you save the record, open activities, schedule an appointment. Task is assigned to. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now, if the task is closed, look at this. I have told status equal to complete. When I say task equal to status equal to completed, what will happen? They are visible in activity. Now, previously they are in open activities. Now they are visible in activities. Now, tasks that are assigned on a record, if you want to see, you have to go to the page layout, add related list. What is the related list we need to assign? Nodes and we need to assign open activities. Now, if you want to show this, I need to go to page layout. In the page layout, we have related list. In the related list, what is this one? Open activity. I remove it. Now, you are supposed to add open activities. I hope you followed this. Clear, boss? Task is clear for everyone? So, that's all from my end.